I'm so fat. Well, welcome. What up, party people? Welcome to the realm. Be a man, woman, a child, a spirit, creature, or a Dimahan, be ye a native migrator, or maybe even invader into a realm. Welcome. Be ye one entity, or many. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millenia Mailman, here today, and I'll be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate and fit in. So don't worry, sit back, relax, and enjoy this hot take hump day. Where the devil's advocate's hot take for the week is that most men are more than good. I know you want to disbelieve it, but most men are rather great. No, they're so great, in fact, that they are self-destructively altruistic. Kind of like Superman. Except they don't have, but they can't survive like Superman because they don't have his heroic plot armor defenses. No, right? Where are all the good men, is what they say. The answer to that question is that they're dead and dying, or somewhere 6 feet below your radar, about to be dead or dying if they aren't taken by someone else already. Game's game, and that's just the dits and biddles on exactly all those great men. Right? Now let's get into it. Right? Where the honest core argument to this discussional piece is that question, that essential question of where are all the good men? And the unfortunate answer that no one wants to really address and believe is that what if there are an exceptional large amount of good men? What if, honest to the Lord that you believe in, there's a rather large amount of great men out there? What if? Right? But since you want an explanation on that answer, well, where are they at? Well, a lot of them are dead. A lot of them are dying. Because they're so good and so caring and so kind, they're self-destructing. They have altruisms out the wazoo. But that altruism is self-destructingly murderous and self-suicidal. You know that phrase, suicidal empathy, right? Most of the men are so great, they're suicidally destructive. They're dead, dying, or somewhere beneath your radar because a lot of heroisms make some men a bit too humble and a bit too less masculine, a bit too... I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not sure how much I like you. I don't think you're a suitable option. I don't think we mesh. I don't think we fit together because you're just a bit too nice for me, and a bit too short, and a bit too not 1 + 1 equaling a number I like. You're a bit too right? Most men are good. Most men are probably more than good. Most men are probably great. They're just self-destructively altruistic in addition to that greatness, and that makes that awesome skyscraper get knocked down a peg and look less incredible. Those good men look a little less incredible because they are self-destructively altruistic. They are so awesome yet self-destructively self-sacrificing that they don't quite look as awesome as they really are because of it, right? But less speaking in riddles. Where are all the good men at? The part in this question that answer it, the first part is that they're dead and dying. Well, that first one, where are all the good men at? They're dead. Because a lot of men, good men, they're good listeners, right? So they listen. Good men and listeners who internalize what you teach and tell them, be you a man or be you a woman, doesn't matter. They're listening. They're observant, right? They hear what you have to say. So all the women asking, where are all the good men? The good men were the ones who listened to you, word for word. Right? Those good men heard you say that all men are trash. And they're like, maybe I probably am. All men are bums. You know what? I think I honestly am a bum a bit. I probably should work a little more, work a little harder, pay more attention to work instead. All men, all men, all men, all men, all men. And they got into such a rut. And they went down that rabbit hole of, yeah, maybe they're right. This person has like 200 followers. This person has 5,000. That person has 1,005,264. And look at these videos. They're all so ridiculously viral. And not only are they viral getting the views, they have just as many likes. They only have 2 million followers, but that video has 8 million likes. That means they agree, right? They just said in this video, all men are trash and pretty much useless. No one needs us. Now I should get my punch ticket and clock the hell out. I need to get out the way of these women. They don't need us. And I am a waste of air, is what she said. She must be right. They're probably right. There's over 10 million people who agree and are liking the post. Meaning over 30 million people probably seen the video. And I don't see a single comment saying otherwise. And I only know 400 people in reality, so... And you know what? I'm going to analyze it all week. A week goes by and oh man. I feel like everyone in reality that I know of and meet and looking at all the reviews on Yelp that they gave of me as a person. Yeah, I guess I am pretty trash. Let me just toss myself in the trash. Men, good men that get so gullible and drawn to those beliefs of all men, right? All that negative influence. Those men are the true heroes. They want to be a hero. They want to do the right thing. Most men do. So they listen. They internalize those commentaries like all men. And like Superman, they do what needs to be done. They will dare to do what needs to be done, to include killing themselves. So they're dying. You first have to die inside. And those men, those gullible good fools, they're dying inside. That's the true depression of manhood nowadays, right? They're first dying inside because of all the criticism and review. You ain't You're unnecessary, you're unneeded, you're unwanted. You're not pivotal, you're not integral. You'd be better off. Goodbye. So they listen because they want to make the right decision, the right call, do what is best for everyone. And they clock themselves out. They say, goodbye, cruel world. And people only say something after they're gone. Those are good men. They dare to be self-destructively altruistic, like Superman. But they can't survive that kind of self-destruction. They don't have the plot armor. They don't have the biological force field to defend them and let them survive that happening at least once in their life. They're not going to survive that explosion. They're not going to survive that implosion. Which means their real life is as depressive and wild as Peter Parker and his home dynamic, but they've got none of the superpowers. They can be quirky and funny and low-key annoying, oftentimes, sometimes, a lot of times. It could be their coping mechanism, but it's not going to get them far. Because they might be as funny as Spider-Man, but they don't have that super intelligent brain to really stand out, to really be that extra awesome to go with it. They don't have that Superman-like plot armor defense. What regular dudes, what real human beings, fellow human beings, both men and women alike, need is that connection, communication, and support. Support from fellow men, from your fellow women, support from the opposite, the other communities. Not just one person saying, oh no, you have plenty to live for. But enough people to counterbalance all the millions that say all men are trash, all men are garbage. Where are the good men? The good men who listen to you are killing themselves. That's why the suicide rate is hiking up. Because all the good ones heard what you had to say. And unlike the rest of the cowards that dared to continue living, those horrible men didn't listen to you, and that's the only reason they're still alive. The good men are contemplating suicide and then following through with it. Where are all the good men? They're dead, dying. Or they're the last two options. One of them is taken. Where are all the good men? They're taken already. Where are all the good men? They're taken. Just like all the good women. They didn't stay on the market for no time. The supply was short and the demand was high. The good women and the good men, they're already off the market. They're taken. Or they're below your radar because your sense of judgment on what is good and what is not good freaking sucks. Like, you know what you want. You know what you would consider good and bad. But you don't know how to judge which people are the good and bad ones. So the good men are being overlooked by you and taken before you recognize them to be that good. Or they're already dead and dying because the good ones listened. So where are the good men? 6 feet deep. 6 feet deep beneath your radar, or 6 feet deep? A bit more literally. Because the last select few are already taken, meaning the only way you'd have access to that last subset of men is if you be a jealous witch and you steal them. I believe there's a term for that. Yeah, it's a home wrecker. Be you a dude trying to steal another man's girl, you're a home wrecker. Be you a woman trying to steal another girl's man, home wrecker. Where are all the good men? Where are the good ladies at? They dead, dying, below your radar, or taken. That's where they at. Game's game. You don't gotta like the game. You don't gotta like the rules. But it's too bad. You can't change them. Where are all the good men at? Dead, taken, or beneath your radar because something about them and their altruistic self-destruction makes how grandiose and awesome they really are look a little less imposing, less desirable. Even if they were the perfect fit for you, the fact that they are such good people doesn't look so attractive, so that puts them beneath your radar. Week 24 Devil's Advocate hot take. Where are all the good men? That's where they're at. They're there and taken. They're there and don't look as awesome as they really are to you because life, or they're not there. Not because they never existed, but because no one was supporting the fact that they should probably continue to exist. Just a whole slew of people saying, it'd be better if you didn't. Meaning the only ones surviving right now are the bad ones who refuse to listen. The bad men who never will listen to you. Because all the ones who do are already dead. Before all the good men are gone, cease to exist, I recommend that you guys change your rhetoric and the ways you talk about men. Otherwise, hey, all the good men will be off the market. Or maybe they're all changing sides. Because I promise you, if all the good men are gone, or at least all the good men who are options now, one day they probably won't be options, and it won't because they're DL. It'll because they're taken, or openly not interested in you or your kind. But hey, that's just the devil talking. And I'm just the mailman here to send the news to you. That has been the week 24 Devil's Advocate Hot Take. Peace. Like, comment, share the video for more exposure, and subscribe if you feel like it. Goodbye.